Reid, you joined us in the recovery room, and it's a big edition today. We've got to talk about Jobe's injury. Can you first take us through what the process is from here now you've diagnosed what it is?
Well, he had an MRI as soon as he got back because it didn't fit the usual muscle tears that we have, and it showed that he'd torn the tendon of rectus femoris. This is a tendon that anchors or arises from the hip joint, next to the hip bone, if you like. And he ruptured that tendon about 1 centimetre distal to where it arises. And then it separates by a couple of centimetres. So if you do nothing, it would eventually scar up, but you get a better result if it's sewn together.
And so he'll go in for surgery now, and what will be the process from there?
He'll have surgery today. The surgery itself's not technically difficult, and then he'll have a quiet couple of weeks, but about 2 to 3 weeks they're quite okay just to turn their legs over on a bike. We'd have a good look at it, maybe an MRI clinically at about 6 weeks, and then he starts jogging at about 6 weeks.
How did he actually do the injury? Because it's quite a rare injury in the AFL.
It's a very rare injury. Chris Bradshaw from Geelong rang me and said he thought Justin Blumfield might have had one when he was at Richmond, so I'll check that out. But we don't really know of any that have had it at this stage.
Obviously in the vision it looks like it's quite a subtle push that he cops as he kicks. Is that a surprise that that's how he's done it?
Very much a surprise, because that's the sort of thing that often as you kick you might just get pushed forward a bit. So he was in flexion, and then he had to do a powerful kick, but we would not expect that to tear a tendon, because if that was the case we'd expect this to be a very common injury. The common injuries in rectus are in fact just normal muscle tears, which is a kicking action, and then occasionally, maybe every couple of years, you get what we call a central tendon injury, which is the tendon that runs through the centre of the muscle. And that is a significant injury which David Zaharakis had 2 years ago and cost him 10 weeks.
That's Jobe done, Reedy. We saw Fletch come off. He was subbed out of the game. What's the prognosis on him?
I would expect him to play. He just rolled his ankle.
So nothing too serious there, that's good. Michael Hurley, who hasn't played for a few weeks, how's his progress going?
Michael was close last week, but because he had a back injury that was a bit irritable in flexion, we decided we'd give him an extra week. So he had a good session at the weekend and we'll train today.
And Jason Winderlich missed with what was just the virus, so he'll be right this week?
Yeah, he was quite sick, so he was unwell for 5 days. But just a straight illness, really.
And Jackson Merritt in that hand, how's he tracking along? Is he a chance this week?
Jackson Merritt should play this weekend. He's got a little crack in a finger and he will play this weekend.
Marty Gleeson and Tate Pears are 2 of the soft tissue injuries. How are they tracking along?
Yeah, Marty and Tate will either play this week or next week, depending whether they get through everything this week.
Their recovery is going along well, and then there's just a few long-termers, and that's about all for our injury list at the moment?
Yeah, we had no one else except Jobe at the weekend of note.
Reedy, thanks for the update.
Thanks.
Under